So I'm sure we all have topics that drive us absolutely nuts. And these are three for me. Hello, and the warmest of welcome to today's video. For those who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, glad to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion, slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrate yourself, and of course, celebrating others. So, bag of the day. I haven't done this in my videos for a while, have I? But it is my beautiful, bright orange mulberry Bayswater with the gorgeous silver hardware. Isn't it just the most beautiful, beautiful bag? I'm so thrilled with it. I bought this from Handbag Clinic. I will link the unboxing down below. I love a Bayswater. This is my 6th and I am so pleased to have it. It forms part of my, what did I refer to it as? Citrus fruit bowl collection. I'm still waiting on lime, so I need to find a bag style. If anyone knows a great bag style that comes in a bright, vibrant lime green, let me know. But something that's not exorbitantly expensive, please. But because I have the yellow, and then if I had lime green, maybe I just need another mulberry style. Because then I could have, yeah, the heritage here, the backpack, and then, I don't know, maybe a lime green lily or something. That could be fun. Anyway, gorgeous. I love it. So, topics that drive me nuts and videos that I tend to avoid. And it's got nothing against the individual who posts that particular video. It's just one of those things where I see it and I might have watched videos in the past on the topic and now I'm thinking, really, we're going through this again, kind of thing. So, the first one for me, Chanel price increases. It's like the change of the season. It is like a change of the season because the season changes in fashion, there's a price increase or something, or it feels like it. Every couple of seasons goes by, there's a price increase. I have done a video a long time ago where I talked about Chanel price increases or price increases in general and why I didn't think they were a terrible thing. And I stand by my point of view in that. I find it tedious when we rehash the same reasoning over and over and appear shocked multiple times over when they've done something we've seen happen multiple times. You know, the first couple of times, I agree. I thought, wow, they're really going for it with these increases. Now it's just a pattern, and fair play to them. People are still buying, people are still wanting the products, and they're doing it on specific items, or I wonder if it's to push certain items. I wonder if it's to slow down their supply on others. I don't know. I don't work at the business. But the almost pattern of, oh my goodness, can you believe that they've done another price increase? Yes, because it's happened so many times and people are still buying because the product is still desirable. And that's completely fair enough. If they see a market for it, they will continue to push that product as long as they see the market for it at the price point that they're pushing it for. They will have analysed whether or not they believe that they can justify that price increase. Does the data support it? If they haven't analysed it through data, I would be questioning it. But I think they probably will have analysed it 20 times over because they are a huge organisation. So I can imagine that that's happened. But again, I don't know. I don't work there. But I don't believe that price increases are a terrible thing. I actually think they can be really positive because it might help individuals to consider an alternative because there's a lot of amazing stuff out there. And sometimes we can become a little bit pigeonholed and thinking, I only want this particular item. But when you start to unpick why do you only want that particular item, you might find yourself thinking that you're ready to embrace something slightly different. So I don't particularly enjoy a price increase video. I don't tend to watch one. yeah, maybe if someone's put it in as part of a discussion, a wider discussion, or they've done an unboxing and they've said, oh, I happened to buy this because I knew there was a price increase coming, that's all good. But when it is the core of the video, it's not something I'm necessarily clicking on. Number 2, when a video speaks in definites and it comes off as judgmental. So saying that something is completely out of style, or something is done, or we're over this. If that's personal opinion, that's absolutely fine. But I've watched many a video where there is a discussion of items that are basic, that make you look cheap, that are done, that we need to move on from. Says who? Says who? If anyone tells me that my items are done, it makes zero difference to me. If, you know, the editor-in-chief of Vogue were to write, we are done with X item, and I have 5 of them, so if I'm loving using it, I'm going to continue to wear it. And I do also think there is a difference between being stylish or having a sense of style and being fashionable. Fashionable, for me, is more about trend. Can you keep up with the latest and what's perceived to be the greatest? However, for me, style is about having an aesthetic that is personal to you and how you embrace that and evolve that. That can change. My style in my teens, it was different to my style in my early 20s, which is different to my style in my late 20s. It has evolved. But I would like to think I am a stylish individual. Am I fashionable? No. No, because my pieces are not on trend. And that is absolutely fine. To be someone who loves trend is a great thing. If that's what makes you happy, I love it. And I love it for you. If I personally don't. I love to have pieces that I just know will stand me in great stead for however long, or if they do happen to be a little bit trendy, that I'm still going to wear and feel comfortable wearing even when I know that the trend is over. Because I just happen to really like the item, and, you know, I don't live in a world where someone would walk past me and go, oh my goodness, could you see what he's wearing? He's so off trend. I just don't live in that fashion world, I guess, and that probably feels more important if that's your day in, day out. For me, it's not. For me, it's about having a sense of style, a personal point of view when it comes to style. But I certainly don't like to see anybody referring to items that are over, basic, we're done, you need to sell these. Says who? Says freaking who? I have items that I am convinced would land on that list. But for me, they are pieces I've always dreamed of owning. You know, the Louboutin Socates, for example. I've seen many a video where people have talked about how the black patent Louboutin stilettos, done. Skyscraper heels, done. I love a platform, me. I love an 120mm heel. I've seen many a video of we're done with those. You can be done. I don't have to be done. So I think it's that difference of, I've watched a few of those videos where it has simply been, in my personal opinion, I'm done with these. These are items I'm no longer buying. These are items I'm no longer investing in. Those videos I will happily watch. The videos that are casting a wider net and saying, you need to be done with this. Sell these instantly. These are over. No, thank you. Appreciate your opinion, but I won't be hearing it because I'm not watching. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. So, you know, let me know what you think on those types of videos. But for me, I'm not a huge fan of speaking in definites on other people's behalves. We can talk about what's, you know, up and coming. We can talk about what's maybe moved away. If you're quoting an article from a fashion magazine, then by all means, you're talking from a place of, that's a research almost. And you're just sharing a point of view that's in print or, you know, on the internet. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of, you must sell these now. No, thank you. I'm good. And last, but by no means least, Hermes journeys. I love a Birkin. I don't own a Birkin. I love a Birkin. I would love to own a Birkin. However, will I ever? I don't know. Will I ever, Poppy? I don't know. What do you think? Will we have a Birkin? Will we have a Birkin? You tell me. What do you think? What do you think? Will we? Oh, I love you. I love you. So I love that particular bag style. The Kelly has also been growing on me. I've always loved the Garden Party, the Her bag, you know. There have been pieces from the brand that I've always really loved. Have I ever been interested in the game? No. And maybe that's where part of my intolerance of that discussion comes from, because for me, I don't understand that desire for something that you would play this unwritten, you play by these unwritten rules. That's why I'm quite interested about this lawsuit, because I wonder if it will either make the product more accessible, and great if it does. If you can afford it and you have the desire to own it, fabulous, why shouldn't you be able to? Or if they've only got a certain amount of production, again, just the transparency of, we've only produced 100 of these, and you know, 3 went to that store, 6 went to that store, and we've got a client list, so we're operating on that. If it creates some transparency, great, all for it. Or yeah, I just hope it either makes it more accessible or creates some transparency. Either which I think works well. But it's the conjecture and the uncertainty and the I've got a piece of information which then conflicts with something that you hear over here, someone who says, my essay in this store told me this, and my essay in this store said that, and then the 2 pieces of information don't match. And so then it's a bit confused and a bit muddled, and then you end up with someone saying, I bought 73 click-clacks and 12 pillows and, you know, a pair of shoes, and I've not been offered anything, and I don't know if I will be, but I'm going to go in next week and buy a candle, because that might be the thing that tips me. That to me just has never been an interesting topic of discussion, because I just think you have to work so hard for a piece. Is it really worth it? I don't know, I don't own one, but I've also never had to work so hard for something, you know. And I am a believer that, you know, if there's a bit of scarcity, hey, that can be a little bit fun. If there's a rarity in a piece, again, that's a little bit fun. I have no issue, and I also have no issue if I get beaten out for a piece. I don't know, if there was a limited edition Longchamp piece, I was like, I have to own it. And my SA said to me, I'm so sorry, but this client beat you to it. Okay, they beat me to it. Let me know if any more come in. I'd love to be able to get one. If they don't, look, no hard feelings. That I'm good with. It's just, yeah, I have no problem with scarcity. I have no problem with the fact that they're not so easily accessible. And it's probably easy for me to say because I'm not someone who ever thinks they'll really own one, so maybe I'm not that emotionally invested. But then there's a part of me that thinks, should it be that difficult? No, I wouldn't want it to be that difficult. It goes beyond a fun chase at that point. It goes beyond anticipation and excitement. And in a lot of instances, it seems to turn to frustration. And then even if you walk away with the piece, it can maybe feel a little bit bittersweet, or it possibly means that the piece doesn't feel as good when you actually have it in your hands because you've gone through a potentially not so pleasant experience in order to get that, or not such a fun time. I love it when I see someone who goes in, asks, and gets it and is in complete shock over the situation because they maybe don't have a purchase history, or they just happen to be chancing their arm. If I was ever in a place to own a Birkin, that's what I would be doing. I'd be walking into the store and saying, hey, by any chance do you have a 35 or a 40 silver hardware bright colour? And they might laugh at me and say, thanks so much for trying, Mr. Snell, but no thank you. Or they might say, do you know what, actually, we do have something. And fantastic if they do. But if they turn around to me and say, no, thanks so much for coming in, but unfortunately we don't have it. Even if I then saw someone across the store unboxing a turquoise with silver hardware Birkin 40, I'm not going to be upset about that. I'm just going to be thinking, okay, there's a reason that that client's got it. There's maybe a pre-existing relationship. Maybe it's a special occasion. Maybe that sales associate just had that earmarked, or, you know, that was on their, you know, list of things that they needed to sell. Maybe they had a target associated, or I don't know. There's loads of different things, but I certainly wouldn't have any hard feelings. But like I said, because I don't think it's going to be something I own, maybe I'm just not as emotionally invested. But I also think there are so many beautiful pieces out there that when I see this frustration over one fashion house, similar to the Chanel price increases, when I see this frustration over these fashion houses, I just think there are so many incredible, incredible pieces out there. Broaden your horizons. Open your eyes to what else could be out there that gives you as much joy, that just doesn't happen to have a Chanel logo or an Hermes logo. And trust me, I think you will find some incredible things. Challenge your preconceptions of brands. Challenge your preconceptions of your own style. And, you know, experiment and take time to really shop around and enjoy that process. And who knows, you might still come back and say, the Chanel Classic Flap is absolutely where I need to be. Fantastic. That's going to cost you then. Or the Birkin is where I want it, or the Kelly, or the Constance. That is the bag that really has my heart. Again, fantastic. But it might mean that you have to just roll with it. That for me is something that I'm interested about in hearing about in small quantities, but I'm certainly not overly interested in it in volume. So there we have it, everybody. Those are 3 topics that drive me nuts. And like I said, this is not about any single person in particular. It is about a topic in general, because these are very, very common video topics that I have seen for many, many years. Purely my opinion, I'm sure there are video topics that I do that drive other people nuts. I'm more than happy to hear in the comments if that's the case. Let me know what you think. And who knows, if I've ever done a video based on any of the 3 things I've just mentioned, I'm sure you're also going to tell me, and by all means, I'm happy to hear it. If I have, please say, but Nick, remember in 2021 when you did that video and you said this, this, and this? I'm good with that. Yeah, call me out if you need to. It's absolutely fine, because we do forget from time to time what we've said ourselves. But yeah, look, these are just 3. This is all meant in a little bit of fun, but it's true. These are topics that don't float my boat, aren't really going to get much viewership from me. But in fairness, does that really matter? No, because my one view, it's not the end of the world, is it? But anyway, this is what I had to say. So thank you so much as always for watching, and I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.